Hey y'all, if you like this last unicorn look, stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Alright, another day, another semi-tutorial. So we're starting with the wig cap, good and strong. Today we are doing the human version of the last unicorn, and I cannot remember the name, so let me Google that real quick. Because it's Lady Amalthea. There we go. I was close. I was going to say Lady Althea, but I didn't think that was right. So here's the idea. We found these gems. And so I am going to try and make that like the, K escapism little quirk, I suppose, to this look. Just because it just, in the movie, like, don't get me wrong, the movie is beautiful. Very, very, very pretty to look at. But there was just like an aspect missing because like she's magical, but there's I need sparkles. So I added sparkles. So starting off with 2 different primers because my skin was in need, and then tracing around that gem just so I know like where the center is, and then making a like little geometric map, if you will, of where the points should line up to be. Then I took some liquid blush that I know will dry down and not retain its wetness, and a little like eyeliner brush. I think this is actually a nail brush, like for nails. Nails. You hear my Midwestern accent? Like detailing on nails. But it works really well for face paints. However, I will say the bristles are like a little too long, so it's a little difficult to get like a nice, really swooped, corner between each point. But it is what it is. We were rocking with it. We have our Q-tips, our handy dandy Q-tips. Live and die by those things. And we were kind of rocking it. So this is in 4 times speed. And I'm just kind of filling in those points, like I said. And you can definitely see where the lip liner. I started with a lip liner, by the way, to create those mapping lines, if you will. And then, yeah, so you can see that. Sorry, I just woke up. So you can definitely see them, but fret not, because later I go in with blush and I do cover that up. Quite full coverage. That's not even a sentence. With a high coverage product. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I do this as a hobby. Y'all leave me alone. I'm just realizing every time I concentrate a lot, I invert my lips. And I noticed that lately too. I'm like, I bite my lips a lot when I'm deep in thought. It's kind of getting bad. But like when I'm watching these videos, I'm like, what quirks do I have? Because everybody has their little quirks. But you never observe yourself really. So just quite curious. All right. And then I had this like blonde, whatchamajigger eyebrow mascara. However, I hated it. It got thrown away because it just made everything look yellow in my eyebrow. And so the photos, it just looks yellow, not blonde. And the only reason I used it is because I recently dyed my eyebrows. But hey, if you can just use concealer, do that. But yeah, taking a cushion foundation and filling in my face, as well as blending out the streaks, I suppose, from the concealer around the star. I'm going to stutter a lot during this video. I just know it. And then I wanted to create like this ombre effect. So I put a deeper shade of blush in the center of the star. And then like a more nude, neutral one toward the points. And yeah, it was kind of pretty, but I don't know. My fatal flaw is that I'm really impatient. So I ended up taking a brighter pink, like a bubblegum pink, going over that because it was getting a little too deep on a fluffy brush. And I might have said that already. And just gone to town. Now, because the liquid blush was a little bit tacky, it picked up in those spots. And then this is me cleaning up that afterward. As well as carving out my eyebrows, making them a little bit thinner. Because she has extremely thin eyebrows, but it was a style at the time. Only thing I have to say for myself is that the star was definitely too big to be like lore accurate. But I think I have a rather large forehead. So I guess it messes with my proportions as to what I should expect and versus what I should do. I don't know. This is just me thinking out loud. Carving out the other eyebrow. Again, thin as possible. An even smaller brush, going in for more precision on the concealer, because I'll say the arms of the star are very thin, canon wise for her at least. So I'm trying to work around like my boo boo, but not redo the whole thing. So. And then blending out the edges. I might have said this earlier. I might have not realized that it didn't happen. I'm very tired right now. Like I said, kind of just woke up and started pressing record. And then this is my concealer placement. I am under the eye, on the cheek, on the nose, the chin, and then the eyebrows, right under the eyebrows. But the eyebrows are going to stay on the longest. Sorry, chin and Cupid's bow. I know I didn't show chin, but it's on the chin at least for me because I need a little bit of protrusion. And she has an elongated face, so it helps. And then contouring from my cheekbone down just to give the illusion of a slimmer face. Underneath the jaw, the nose. All that good. All that good. And now that the concealer has dried down a little bit, it's a little bit more pigmented when I blend it out, so my brow bone will look a little bit more protruded versus flat like it is. Now this is just the Fenty contours in Amber and Amber Suede. I love this combo, honestly, because when you blend it in, it doesn't pull warm. So when you contour, it just kind of looks like your skin. Like, even though my neck and my face are two different colors, it doesn't look totally bombastic. So I do love that. And then I'm doing like the Renaissance painting blush, if you will. Making like a triangle by pulling the blush downward versus like upward. So you see me adding more because it's a very sheer blush. I have not done this before, so I was like, let's give it a whirl. It's pretty, and it rounds out my face a lot, which is kind of what the art style is, so I would say that's successful then. And then just for a more natural, like, flush, I put it on my nose and my chin and blended that out. And then just going ahead and baking the snot out of my face, per usual. And then taking this tiny little palette that I got off of Shein. It's a mix of like salmons and mauves and like one brown. And just kind of mixing them to create a little bit more depth on my eye. The reason I don't show like what colors I use anymore, my lids are very flat. I don't really have a crease. They're hooded. Like it's hard to cater to a wider audience when you have these kind of eyes, and it's honestly different per hooded lidded person as well. So I just kind of gave up on that. But this is the palette I'm using. It's a lot of very like pink, cool tone neutrals. And I use it to contour my nose a little bit, again, just for like a good natural flush. The reason I'm focusing on my inner corner bridge, if you will, nose bridge, is to give it a little bit more depth. So I'm putting a darker color in there, a darker color on the outer third to create an illusion of a shadow. As well as I went along my waterline, or my eyelash line, just to give a little bit more pizzazz, I suppose, before putting on eyeliner and eyelashes. So yeah. And this is like I think this is the Fenty Diamond, whatever the heck. Then I just put that all over my lid. I also put it on my nose, but I cut the video. On the tip and the bridge of my nose. And then taking a very thin eyeliner. I curled it up at the end. I call it curl. I flicked it up at the end. But it's like a little baby wing. And then I'm curling my lashes and putting mascara on. Doink, 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 doink. Doink, doink. And then taking the same like kind of blushes that we used on the forehead and putting those on my cheeks and trying to pull down instead of up, but still trying to create like a fusion between the contour and my foundation shade. So I put on some fake lashes, some ones that really flick out at the end. They have a dramatic outer third, and then some tight lining. And then my favorite part of my makeup, I add a little bit of sparkle with these like little diamond sparkly things. They came on TikTok Shop in a pack, and I have no idea what their brand is. But yeah, putting my inner corner underneath my lower lash line, but just in the inner part. And then this is all the look put together. I did glue on my gem with eyelash glue, by the way. I don't think I put that in the video for whatever reason. I think I almost forgot. So that's what we got going on. I thought this was a very pretty dress, very pretty wig, very pretty look, very ethereal. I felt great. So these are some pictures, unedited front camera of my Samsung. And yeah, you can see the base turned out really good. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Kate_escapism, and then like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a good day.